Hi, welcome back to Hari's BI. This video all about self-service BI in Microsoft Fabric and Power BI. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and bell icon to get the latest updates from my channel. In this video, I have covered all the different self-service BI components that we have within Microsoft Fabric. I have categorized them into different levels. In case if you are exposing your platform for self-service BI users, for example, business users or a data analyst, then you can consider these different levels, and based on their experience and expertise with the platform, and you can take them to any of these levels. Let's start from level 0. Level 0 is more of a report visual. So consider if you have a business users who are pretty new to the Power BI platform and they have started accessing the Power BI reports. So you can leverage these different components on your Power BI report and enable them to access the same by the business users. So with that, they will have an understanding about the platform and they will have some basic idea about the self-service BI. Right, so as part of level 0, so we are just going to enable the personalized visual and we are going to enable the field parameters. So let's go through this one by one. So personalized visual is something that you have to enable for your report. Once you have enabled, it will allow business users to interact with that specific visual, like they can change the visual type, or they can change the dimensions and measures which are used on that visual. To enable the personalized visual for your report, you just go to file and go to options and go to current file and report settings. Here you can see personalized visual. So in case if this is disabled, you just go and enable this. Once you have enabled, on your report page where you want to enable the personalized visual, just select the report page and go to the formatting, and here you can see personalized visual. So you just need to make sure this is enabled so that this personalized visual will be applicable for this page. Like that, you have to enable for all the different pages on your report. And once you have enabled, you can see this icon, right? So this icon is representing this personalized visual. So here by default it will show model or a default field, because it will try to show all the tables, all the fields which are there in the model for business users to choose the dimensions and measures. So once you have enabled, that's all, you just go and publish this, right? So business user will access the report either on the Power BI app or directly on the workspace, and they will see that option, that personalized icon, when they mouse over on the visual, right? If I mouse over on this visual, you can see the personalized icon is visible. So they can go and choose different visual types, and they can go and choose different dimensions and measures, right? So sometimes it might be very difficult for business users to go through all the tables, all the columns which you have in the semantic model. So that's where you can go and create a perspective for your model. So within that perspective, you can select only the specific set of tables and specific set of columns, and you can enable, or you can make only that perspective is enabled for that personalized visual, right? So I have selected this data group. So data group is a perspective which I have created using tabular editor. So just go to external tools and open the tabular editor. So once you have installed the tabular editor, it will appear under external tools. So here you can see this folder called perspectives, and this is the perspective that I have created, right? So if you want to create a new perspective, just simply go here, right click, and a new perspective. And once you have created a perspective, you have to enable the tables columns for this perspective, right? So let's say if you want to enable this whole table for this perspective, just right click on this table and you can see show in perspective, and you can choose that perspective. Let's say if you want to just enable only one specific column from that specific table, you just go to that table, choose a column, and go to show perspective and add that into a new perspective. You can rename this perspective and you can save these changes, right? So once you have saved the changes, this perspective will be available on your Power BI file, which you can go and verify on the model view. Just go there and go to model, and then you will see this perspective. Under that, whatever perspectives that you have created on tabular editor will be displayed, and this perspective you can map it here under this personalized visual, right? So which means you can create multiple pages and you can enable the personalized visual for each page. On each page you have a flexibility to create or map a specific perspective, Right, with that end user will just see only the specific set of tables and columns for them to just personalize this specific visual. Once you have enabled the personalized visual, that will be enabled for all the visuals on the report. And as a developer, you have a flexibility to control for which visual you want to expose these personalized. Right, if you see here, when I mouse over on this visual, you don't see that personalized visual icon. I just enabled only for this visual. So if you want to enable this personalized visual only for the specific visual, just go to that specific visual, select the visual, and you will see the properties here. Under that you can see a header icon, and you will see these icons. Right, so here you can see personalized visual. So this personalized visual option will be enabled by default for all the visuals. If you want to disable it, you just select the visual and make sure to go to the header icon and disable this. Right, so that's how you can give a control to enable the personalized visual to the specific visual. Or let's say if you want to give a specific area for a business users for them to personalize whatever they want. Right, for that you just maybe enable a new page using a bookmark or a navigation, and you can have some sample or a placeholder for the visual, and you can enable the personalize, and this is the place where the end user can go and personalize their visuals. With that the rest of the visuals will be stay as it is, and they can use this specific page for personalize the visual. Right, so this is about personalized visual, and next component is about field parameters. Right, so you can create a field parameter in Power BI Desktop, and this will enable users to choose a specific field which they want to see on the visual. Right, let's say if they want to see a table visual with class and category wise total sales, so they simply select these fields which is coming as part of the personalized, as part of the field parameter. You can show them as a tile, or you can show them as a slicer, drop down or a list of slicer, and when they choose the specific fields, that fields will be appear here. So this is applicable also for the visuals, right? In case if you want to give a control for users to change the x-axis and y-axis, you can have two different field parameters created, one for dimensions and another one is for measures, and you can add them into this visual. So by changing this, let's say if I choose only the category, you can see the x-axis is just showing a category. Right, so with that they will have some understanding about the Power BI component. So this will enable them to go into a next level, which is level 1. So that's about level 0. This level 1, we are considering that the business users are already accessing the reports, and they are having a good understanding about the platform, and we can enable the Power BI semantic model access to those business users, and they can start create their own reports. So under this level 1, there are different components are there within Power BI. I'll go through all of these components one by one. So here as part of level 1, we have to enable, or we have to provide access to the semantic model, right? So this access can be provided in multiple ways. So let's say if you are giving access to the app where all the reports are there, so you can just go to the app and you can create and you can choose whatever reports that you want to share it with the business user. Go to audience, and here you have to specify to whom you want to assign this or share this app with this list of reports. So under that you can see this option called advanced. Right, when you enable this setting, allow people to build content with the dataset in the app audience. So this will give a read permission to the underlying semantic models, the reports which are created based on that semantic model and which are added here. Right, with that they will have a read permission to the semantic model, and they can start create their own reports. Otherwise, you can go to the specific model where you want to allow users to create their own reports. Just go to here, file, and then go to manage permission, and here you need to add the user explicitly, and you can maybe uncheck all of these other options and make sure this is enabled, and add that user here, email ID, and grant access. So this is another way where you can add a read permission to the business users for the specific model. So once these permissions are granted, self-service users can directly go to their Power BI login page, and they can go to this option called One Lake Data Hub. So this One Lake Data Hub will will show all the list of Power BI artifacts, especially the semantic models, and it will show what are all the models where they have access, right? So we have just granted access to this model, so they can simply go here and they can start create a report. So as part of the report creation, there are multiple components are there or multiple features are there. So they can simply go here and you can see auto create report or create a blank report. So they can start with auto create report. This will create a new report automatically based on the available dimensions and measures from your semantic model. And once this report is created, business user can go and update this report by changing the different visuals or adding new set of pages, and finally save the same into their workspaces or wherever they have access, right? So this is one way of creating a report once that semantic model access is granted. The next way would be like they can go here again to the same semantic model and they can choose this option, create a blank report. So when they click create a blank report, it will open a new blank canvas, the report canvas, where they can go and choose their dimensions and measures, and they can choose different visuals, right? Like that they can create multiple visuals here on this page, or can create multiple pages, and finally they can save this report in their workspaces, right? So this is another way to create a report using the semantic model. Let's consider where you want to provide a template of the placeholder, right? And business users want to consider those placeholders or the template, and they want to create their own reports on top of that. That is also possible, right? So if you go here, let me go to the semantic model. If you see this option, explore this data, so you have three options, right? Auto create report, create a blank report, and then explore this data. So these are the by default options that you see, but you can enable one more option, right? So to enable one more option, basically you can provide a template to the business users and they can start create a report using that template, right? So for that you have to create a new Power BI report file, and you have to create this report file pointing to that semantic model, right? So here you can see on the bottom I have connected to the performance metrics semantic model. I've connected as a live connection, so that's where you can see only these two options are enabled. And then here you can build a layout, the placeholders, right, the visual placeholders, and you can save this as a any report name, some random name that you can provide. On top of that, within bracket you have to specify template, right? So once you have specified this, you just go and publish this into that same workspace. Now we have published this report which is named like this within bracket template. So if you go to the workspace, you will see that file, right? So let me go to the workspace, just quickly refresh. You can see this report file is there. So when you provide access to this workspace where you are allowing business users to create their own reports, they can just simply go to this semantic model. When they click this drop down, and they will see this option from a template, right? So this option will appear only when you create a new Power BI file, the report file pointing to this semantic model as a live connection, and name that file with this template within bracket, right? The initial the prefix name can be a different name, but make sure at the end you are just adding this template within this bracket. So once you have added this file, and you will see this option, right? So with that, business user can just click this create from template, and then they can just go and edit, and then finally they can just drag and drop into this specific placeholders, and they can start create a report. The same can be saved, right? So this is another way where you can allowing business users to create a report on top of the shared template. So far we have covered what are the different ways where the business user can go and create a report. Let's say if they want to analyze the data, right? They don't want to create a report, they just want to analyze the data from the semantic model. So they just simply click this option, explore this data. So this will open a exploration window where they can simply drag and drop the data which they want to analyze, right? So they can choose the dimensions and measures, and this section will show the matrix with whatever dimensions and measures which got added by the user, and the bottom will show a visual representation, right? So on top of that, here you have a flexibility to add a dimensions as a filter or a slicer, right? So all sort of analysis can be done within this exploration window itself. In case if you want to save this exploration for the later use, you can just go and save this, right? So this will be useful for business users, for them to explore the data or analyze the data before they want to create any report. Okay, let's consider the another scenario would be, let's business user wants to export the data from the semantic model, right? So they can just simply go here and they can choose this option, create a paginated report. With this paginated report option, there will be a canvas created, and here business user can choose whatever columns or the tables that they want to use for their report, right? So if they choose this table, so all the columns from this table will be added here. And in case if they want to apply any specific filter before they want to export, they can do all sort of filtering here, and then finally they can save this file, and then later on they can view this and export the same into Excel or a PDF or whatever the formats that they want to export it. So in case if business users are pretty good with Excel, you can expose the semantic model and you can ask them to access or analyze this semantic model using this analyze in Excel option, right? So they can just simply click this analyze in Excel, and the Excel file will be created on their SharePoint or the OneDrive. Go and open this Excel on Excel online, and this will have a connectivity to your semantic model, right? So if you just click enable content, so once you enable the content, it will show all the tables columns that you saw on the Power BI layer. The same set of tables columns will be appeared here, and since it is just a kind of a pivot, user can simply drag and drop these dimensions into rows and columns, and they can do the analysis. And the next one would be like you can ask users to use the Copilot in case if the Copilot is enabled for your organization. So business users can leverage the Copilot, and they can create their own reports. I have published a dedicated video of how Power BI business users can leverage Copilot to create their own reports. So I just provided a link on the top. You just go and check it. So that's all the features related to the level 1 users, and let's go to the next level. So level 2 is more of a semantic model creation. On top of that, the report creation, right? So far we have provided capabilities of creating a report on top of available semantic models. So that semantic model will be developed by the development team or a project team or maybe a pro developers. On top of that, these business users will go and create their own reports, or they will use analysis in Excel or exploration options. Level 2 is more of a allowing users to create a semantic model itself. On top of that, they can create their own reports, right? So level 2 users can just simply go to the platform and they can see this option called create. So when they click create option, so this will open this window. So as of now, these two connectors are directly available, which are in preview. So one is Excel and CSV. So consider a business user who want to create a report and their data is sitting on their Excel or maybe a CSV. They just simply go to Excel, and here there are two options, right? Either they can upload the file from their local folder. So when they upload, in the backend, these files will be uploaded into their OneDrive folders, or probably they may store the data already in their OneDrive, and they can just browse to that specific folder in their OneDrive storage, and they can point to that file and they can start create a semantic model. So in this case, I have a file which is available in my local folder. I just go and choose the file, and here this file will be uploaded into the OneDrive and connection will be established. And once this is done, you can just click next. So this will read this Excel, and it will read all the available tables and sheets which are there on that Excel, and user can choose whatever sheets that they want to consider for their reporting and click create. So in the back end, there will be a Power BI semantic model created using this Excel sheet. And whenever there is an update to that Excel sheet, since it is connected to the OneDrive Excel, all data will be automatically refreshed when you refresh the semantic model. Right? So with that, they can create their own semantic model. So once that semantic model is created, it will directly take them to this page where they start create their own reports, right? By just simply drag and drop. Okay, let's go to level 3. So level 3 is a bit advanced than level 2, and in level 3 I'm going to showcase some of the Fabric components and how we are going to leverage these Fabric components for business users to create their own semantic models and then reports. So in high level, Fabric has a lot of experiences and lot of workloads are there, and most of the parts are kind of GUI based, kind of a low code no code, right? So it will be easy for people who is familiar with the platform, and they can go and navigate to the different sections and they can start create their own artifacts within Fabric. So let's go and discuss about the level 3 components. So the first component which I want to highlight, let's say you want to allow users to create their own semantic model, right? So for that you just create one lakehouse for them. So once you have created a lakehouse, just provide access to this lakehouse to all your business users. So once the lakehouse is created, you can just give access to the business users. So once they log into the lakehouse, so here they can see an option called get data, and they can just choose this option, upload file. Let's consider their data is stored in their CSV files. They just simply go to this upload option and choose their CSV file where they have maintained their data. Just click upload. Right. So with that, this file will be uploaded into this lakehouse, and from here they can start create a delta table and start create a semantic model and report. To create a delta table, it is very simple. Just choose these three options for that uploaded file and click this option load to tables, new table, right? Just name this table and just click load. So once this is loaded, you will see a table added under this tables folder. You can see the table got created. You can see this triangle symbol which specifies this is a delta table, and once this table is ready, they can just simply go and create a new semantic model, right? So here they can choose the table, name the semantic model, and then click confirm. So once that semantic model is created, and it will enable them to create their own reports on top of that semantic model. Just for this demo purpose, I'll try to upload one more file, and here I can go and upload the file which I want to consider for my reporting, and click upload, and that's all. The file is uploaded now. So I can create a delta table again for this table just by simply going to here, load table and new table, right? So I can just give the name and then click load. So once this is done, you will see another table got added under this table folder. So both are delta tables which got created using these CSV files. So in case if you have files stored in a different format like Excel, PDF, so you will not be able to create a delta tables directly, right? So if you have CSVs, then it will be easy for you to create a delta tables. So once these tables are created, you just simply go to new semantic model and choose these tables and name the model like demo model and click confirm, right? So this is the window that will appear once you have selected the specific tables on the delta tables, and here the business user can go and create a relationship between the tables if it is required. And click save, and that's all, right? On top of that, the business user can start create a report. Creating a report on top of that semantic model, that experience is going to be same which they have done in the previous levels, right? So little bit of training is required again to go through all of these steps. So once the training is provided, they should be comfortable to create the delta tables and then semantic models and Power BI reports. Right, so far we discussed single file, multiple files, and again creating a relationship between the files, creating a semantic model and report. Let's go to a next level where they want to do some sort of transformations on their file, right? After that they want to create a report. We have Power Query online available under Dataflow Gen 2. So they can go and create a new Dataflow Gen 2. Right, so here they can go and upload their Excel, right? So again it is the same experience, so they can easily upload their Excel files or the CSV files. So when they click next, it will take them to a next page where they have to choose what are all the tables that they want to consider for their semantic model and what are all the tables which they want to consider for their transformation, right? So this is just a Power Query online experience. So here most of them are GUI, right? So user can go and play around with this GUI and try to do some sort of transformations, and finally they can publish this. Right, so if they want to create a report on top of this results, they have to go with this option, add a data destination. For a simplicity purpose, they can just simply go to Lakehouse, right? We don't want to recommend them to go with any of the other target systems, because Lakehouse will be simple, where the delta tables will be created for these selected tables. On top of that, they can go and create a semantic model. Right? So here they need to choose a specific Lakehouse where they want to load these tables, and so if they have access, it will list out all the workspaces where they have access, and they can choose the specific workspace, and they can choose the specific Lakehouse and click next. So with that, this step, just click next, like a kind of a default setting, so you no need to modify anything. So with that, this table will be added into the Lakehouse once you click publish and once you refresh this. Once the refresh is completed, if the user go and check their Lakehouse, there will be a table available under this table, right? So a table folder. So you can see the product table which we have added as part of the Dataflow Gen 2. So now this table is available, and they can go and create their own semantic model choosing these set of tables. I hope this will give you an idea like what are all the components that can be leveraged within this platform for a self-service BI, and for each of these levels there should be some level of training is required for business users, so that they can easily navigate to different sections and they can create their own models and reports. If you like this video, please click the like button and share it with your friends and colleagues who are interested to see the self-service capabilities within Microsoft Fabric. I hope you enjoy this video. See you again. Thank you.